What's up, everybody? We're back here with a new video, Treetop Barbecue. What we're going to do today, we're in the house, and we have a cast iron skillet on the stove here. And I'm going to move you guys a little closer so you can see what's going on. But we have, this is something I've been making forever. It's a mixture of sausage, red potatoes, or you could use russet potatoes, some sweet peppers. You can see there's red ones, orange ones, yellow ones, some onion, some mushrooms, and you could feed a bunch of people with this thing. You could actually make it into a breakfast one. You can use breakfast sausage instead of, like, I'm using like a kielbasa or like a smoked sausage today. But you could actually do it with like a breakfast sausage with the same stuff. If you want, you could change it up with the other ingredients, and you can then pour egg on top of all of it, or shredded cheese and egg, whatever. And you can make it into a breakfast dish. You can make it into, actually a lot of times I'll throw some cheese on top of this too. Anyways, guys, we're going to get this rolling. You guys hang on a sec. Alright guys, what's up everybody? We got all our skillets nice and hot here. I got it right at medium heat. I got some olive oil in there. And we are going to put our vegetables in, which is, like I said, we're using red potatoes today. You can use russet potatoes. I've done that a lot. A couple sweet peppers and some onion. We're just going to put all that in there and make a mess with it, of course, because that's how it always works out. And we'll spread it around. And then we're going to put some mushrooms in this, and we're going to put sausage in. We're going to let this go for a little bit first, because the sausage is already cooked, and the mushrooms don't take that long. So we're going to put a little salt in there right now, a little salt, and put a little pepper in there. This will be like a table grind, restaurant grind, nice heavy pepper. We're going to put some of that in there. It'll come out. Everything like it wants to come out real good. And we're going to add more as we go here, because this stuff, especially the salt and pepper, it seems like it takes a lot more because the potatoes will soak it up pretty quick. And we're going to throw a little bit of this Kinder's wood-fired garlic. We're just going to put a little bit of this in there. A little bit of this on top of this. And then we are going to cover this at some point here after it fries up a little bit. But we're gonna leave it on medium heat. I'm gonna turn up just a little bit. Medium to low high even maybe. And we're just gonna let this sit for a little while, let it go. I'm gonna try to, because there's some potatoes that have not, I cut them, but they're not nicely separated all the way. So this is a good time to go through, stir it around, get everything kind of separated, so it cooks a little more even. Like I said, I've been making this for a long time. I used to make this back when my kids were little, when my ex was working at night. I would get just a bunch of little stuff together. Funny thing about this skillet, in fact, little story. When me and my ex got divorced, I was actually living at a buddy's house. And she didn't want the house or nothing, so she was moving out of the house. It took a while, but she moved out, and she took everything. Didn't leave me. She left me a broken stove with two or three burners that worked. No pots and pans, no dishes, no nothing. So I went right to the store and I bought a lot of little things that I needed, and I didn't have any pans or pots or anything to cook with. So I bought a crappy little non-stick pan, and I was at Walmart like a week later, and I bought this. I wanted another one. We had a couple, and I think she took them, but I never did find them later. But I've been using this since then. It's been about 6 years now, probably. And actually, I wanted to redo this, take all the seasoning off the bottom. I want to smooth it out. I have never smoothed this, sanded the ridges out of this thing. I want to, but I just have never done it. I had the seasoning so nice on it. I have a few other ones too most of them are 10-inch, but a couple other ones I got that are really nice too. But We have some vintage ones as well. So now we're going to get out our sausage. We're going to cut that up. Hope you guys can see it. I don't know if you can or not. I'm going to raise this up just a tad. There we go. We're going to open our sausage and cut it up. Get it ready. Because those potatoes will take a while, but I don't want to wait till the end because this needs to be warmed up and it's kind of already cooked. But this is just like a Polish kibasi or a smoked sausage. I've used all kinds of different sausage in this. Like I said, you can use it as a breakfast thing, which is really nice. It works out well. I gotta get a knife here. That's off the knife over there. So you don't want to leave like big chunks. That's about the size chunk you want right there. About 2 inches long. And big chunks in there. So we're going to put them in there in a minute. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put them in now. You throw them on top. You're going to be stirring it around anyway, so it don't really matter where you put them. And then we're going to go ahead and put, this is I think a pound, we're going to put maybe half of these in there. Maybe a little less. We'll put about that much, about half. I'm going to put this out in a minute. And we're going to go ahead and pot holders to hold this thing. It's going to get hot quick. We're just going to kind of stir this around a little bit. You don't want nothing sticking in here. Actually seems to be doing pretty well. Just dump some stuff on the top of the stove. We'll get that in a sec. So that's good for now. We'll go ahead and put these guys back in there where they go. There we go. Alright. And I'll use that again, I'm sure. I'll try to get a little more pepper out of here. This stuff's coming out really slow. I don't use this very much like this. I usually put it in a measuring cup when I'm using it. But it doesn't like to come out really good. Sometimes I'll just use seasoned salt, like a Lowry's or something on this. This is really good. And that way you ain't got to put much anything else. The smoked paprika, usually I'll put that on kind of at the end. And sometimes I'll throw some shredded cheese on top and let it, stop it and let it just kind of simmer for a few minutes. That's really good too. And let me turn that down just a hair. Turn the heat down just a little bit. Sometimes with this, because all the potatoes, you might have to actually add some olive oil, because that's what I use in it. You can use any kind of oil, vegetable oil. And I had to use that. But olive oil seems to work, and that's what we got, so that's what I'm using today. So far, nothing's sticking. And I think it's probably maybe a little too hot still. I got it right on medium in the middle right now. So I'm going to turn it back just a little bit more. And that's about it. We'll get back to you guys in a second. Let this simmer for about 5-10 minutes. Alright guys, it's been about 10 minutes maybe. I put a lid on them. Put a little more seasoning on top. I just kind of got to go through and kind of skim the bottom, make sure nothing's sticking. I did add a little olive oil. The potatoes will suck up all that olive oil pretty quick. You kind of got to add it as you go. Just kind of go, and I'm going to turn everything around a little bit, try to get some stuff kind of flopped around here. This is something that's so easy. I mean, you can make this pretty quick. And this is one of my favorite things when I was living at my buddy's house. This is one of my favorite things to make. I'd mix up all kinds of stuff. I'd get sausages. I'd cut up Spam and do it. I've made this a million different ways. It's really good. And it's easy to make, and it kind of gives you a little bit of everything as far as ingredients goes. I'm just going to go ahead and stir it up a little bit, and we're going to put the lid back on. I got the heat at almost medium. It's a little higher than medium, or a little lower than medium, I should say. You don't want this thing going crazy with the sizzling and that, because it'll actually burn if you're not careful. I need to drop something. There it is. Alright, so we're going to let this sit. Basically what you're waiting for is you're waiting for your potatoes to start getting just a little bit mushy. And that's when you're going to know pretty much that it's pretty much done. So we're going to put the lid back on there and let it go for a little while longer. Stirring occasionally. And like I said, when you start stirring it, you see the potatoes kind of breaking apart a little bit. It's pretty much done. So we're going to give it a little more heat, just a tiny bit. I'm going to come back and check it again here in a few minutes. Guys, it's probably been another 10 minutes or so. I pulled the lid off and I stirred it around. You can see the potatoes are starting to crumble a little bit, so that means they're just about done. So what I'm going to do, because this thing will hold heat for quite a while, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to throw a little bit of paprika on there. This is smoked paprika, actually. Just throw a little bit of this on here. I can get it to come out. Yeah, the thing won't stay up. That's wonderful. Alright, I'll try to get a little bit of smoked paprika on here. Not a lot, just a little bit. Alright, I see you dropped something there. Alright, and then we're going to put, actually, some parsley. I'll throw some of that on there. Coming out. There we go. A little bit on there, that on there. And then, we're going to put, let's cover up some of these cast iron openings there. I don't want this stuff getting all over everything. Sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to throw some of that on there. I'll let it cool down. It's off right now, so it should be. Put some. You can use whatever cheese you want. I just chose sharp cheddar because we already have it. It was sitting there, so we're just going to throw some of this on there. Pretty much all what's in this pack. Once I quit dumping all over everything over here. And we're just going to let it sit and cool, and it'll melt, and it'll be delicious. We're going to throw all that on there. Alright. That stuff makes a mess. Alright, so we're going to let this cool. I'm going to come back, we're going to try it out, and we're going to do a video next. So stay tuned, just hold on a sec here. Alright guys, we got our concoction here ready to plate up. You can see the cheese melted really good in here. And we're going to put it on a plate and we're going to try it out. Make sure I get some sausage in here. Potatoes. I'm going to try to get a little mixture of everything in here. Stuff come out. It seemed like it came out really, really good. This is something that you could, like I said, you could feed a lot of people with this if you have a big enough skillet. So, we're going to. I got it off the heat. This thing is still kind of hot, so that looks pretty damn good. And we're going to try it out here. I'm going to put you guys over here at the table. We're going to try it out. Alright guys, we got it all plated up. We're going to give it a shot, see how it tastes. And try some sausage. I got some mustard here, just spicy brown mustard. Oh yeah, that's good. This stuff is, this is like the perfect, one of the perfect sausages for this mixture. That's good. I've used a little bit of everything for this. I've used a lot of different kind of meats and stuff. My favorite is beef sausage, or this is like a Polish, or the there's a German sausage you can get. It's in kind of like a pack, like you buy them hot dogs that are all connected, those 5-star, I think they are. They sell a German sausage that's similar to that. And it's about like, they're about that long. And you buy a big pack of them, those are the best in here. Those are really good. These potatoes really came out nice. And the cheese is just like everywhere. Oh yeah. The potatoes are perfect. You got some flavor to them. They're crumbling nice. I mean, they're kind of falling apart, which is perfect for this. This thing is, I mean, you could use this, like I said, for any kind of, you can make a breakfast one. You can even use, instead of using these potatoes, you can use hash browns. A little bit of peppers and onions in that. And throw some egg in there, like about 8 or 10 eggs in the cast iron, and then put it in the oven. It'd be great. This is really good. This is, I mean, everything came out really good. Perfect. The seasoning is good. Potatoes soak up a lot of seasoning. So I don't really overdo it. I try to put, when I first throw everything in, like in the first part of the video, I try to do the seasoning, some of the seasoning, then I'll turn it a few times. Every 5 or so minutes. And I'll add a little more. And then you can always add it after you're done. I mean, you don't want to overdo it, of course, but potatoes just suck up so much of that stuff. It's hard to really get it perfect unless you want to add it after. This doesn't need anything. It's perfect the way it is. I don't taste any of that. I taste a little bit of that garlic seasoning, but not much. There's hardly anything. I mostly taste just like a regular salt, pepper, not strong. It's really good. But anyways, if you guys enjoy this video, like, comment, subscribe on it. You know, subscribe would be good. This is a small channel. I'm still trying to grow it. So I'm just doing some easy stuff. The first, so many videos. I'm just gonna get more complicated, I'm sure, as things go on and on. But I wasn't even going to make a video on this, and I'm thinking, man, I haven't made this in a while. And we had all the stuff, and I'm like, I was actually going to re-season that skillet. I was actually going to sand it and re-season it. And I'm like, well, it's just, because cast iron, if you're going to re-season cast iron, it loves, like, if you fry bacon in it, that's what I used to do. I used to fry bacon in them. I try to re-season them, or sausage or something, or do potatoes. Potatoes are great for that, I've read. So, and that's basically what this thing is potatoes, it's meat sauce, meat grease, and your basic vegetable. So, this is so good. So cheese really adds to it. The parsley is really good too in there. You could put hot peppers in it. Like I said, I've even done this with Spam. I've done this with that little canned meat that's like deviled ham and stuff. I've used it in this. I've done it just about every way you could think of over the years. This is like a staple for me. But I have not made it in a while. But spicy brown mustard is good. The sausage is awesome. So anyways, guys, not to ramble, but I'm just really enjoying this. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other channel, Treetop Outdoors, which is my main channel. If you're into outdoor stuff. And I also have a Facebook group. Check that out, Treetop Outdoors in all caps on Facebook. It's a group. I'm thinking about making a group for Treetop Barbecue once we get some more following going on. And there will be more videos coming on cast iron and outside stuff, outside cooking, campfire, everything else. So thanks for watching, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, and have a good night.